Okay, it came to my attention that apparently if you don't select like the thing that's it says like not made for kids or whatever the fuck, chat is not available for live streams. Hopefully chat is available for this live stream now. I don't fucking know, I'm very confused, but hopefully chat is available, because like it's not like we're discussing anything really fucking wrong here. You know what I mean? Like we're actually discussing decent things here. So yeah, if YouTube actually does that shit and it literally fucking puts us in a spot of live streams, you know what? There is no blah blah blah. Okay, I guess we can. Okay, I guess chat is available now. I guess, hopefully. So yeah, there we go. Cool thing. Good deal, I guess. Hopefully. There we go. It's okay. Thank you, Ninja, for that very helpful tip right there, because that's actually I was actually like, I started a stream like in the hopes of like somebody to come here or whatever the fuck, like talk or whatever, and you know what I mean, like I was like, well, shit. It's so stupid that even though you start a fucking live stream or whatever, there is literally there's literally nothing that says, yo, this is live or whatever. Like, it's so stupid. It is so fucking stupid. So yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate that. What was I talking about again? I fucking missed it. I forgot it. Yeah, I guess I was talking about like the whole situation with like Mama Max and whatnot. But yeah, like I feel like I need to sort of specify the fact that like, even though Mama Max does edgy videos, even though it covers things that are not necessarily like kid friendly, if you will, or even like teenager friendly for to a certain extent. I hate to say, I hate to like gatekeep teenagers, because when I was 12 years old I was looking at rotten.com, and that shit didn't fucking make me a creep. That shit didn't make me a murderer. That shit didn't make anything off me. If anything, it just gave me a new perspective on life. It just sort of brought a new realization towards me outside of the whole, you know, sugar-coated reality that we usually live through. You know what I mean? So when I see these things like fucking, you know, oh whatever, fucking, like, I don't know, man, it just doesn't sit well with me. But I think what he's doing is a good thing. I don't think it's for everybody. Like, literally anything in the world is not for everybody. I hate fucking trap, but I'm not gonna be like, you know, we should eradicate trap. I mean, if you like trap, if you enjoy listening to that shit, whatever, go do it. I don't give a shit. But at the end of the day, it's still dog shit. I'm sorry, it's still dog shit. You know, it's just like furries. Furries are bad for the most part, you know. Like, if you're a furry that just enjoys to dress up as a fucking animal for the sake of bringing joy to kids or whatever, that's fine with me. Okay, that's fine with me. But if you're one of those furries that just literally enjoys to fucking like dress as an animal because you want to be easy to talk to, you're a fucking creep. I'm sorry. But hey, listen, as I was talking about this whole thing, here's the video from Penguin, or Charlie, or Moist Critical, however the fuck you want to talk about it. Apparently he made a video about it, so that's pretty cool. I like that. So let's take a look at it. I haven't watched this yet. Let's take a look at this and see what he has to say. Because I guess they're friends and shit, so that's kind of cool that he makes the video.
I've always been known for my bravery, and today will be no different. I'm gonna hit you with a hot take, so buckle your seatbelt, because I'm not pulling these punches.
You better
I'm not
not be
holding
joking.
anything back. I'm gonna say what others are too afraid to say. Pedophilia is bad. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
no way. What?
Hey, someone had to say it. Someone had to come in and put their foot down and say, enough was enough, you know? I'm no hero, but let me explain what prompted this courageous act for me today. A few days ago, a YouTuber named Mama Max posted a video called Pick a Side YouTube, and in the video he discusses a serious problem on the platform where creators that focus on darker subject matter are often censored, like Mama Max. This is actually...
So, the thing is, the thing is not necessarily like people focused on darker subjects, because I mean, if you go through YouTube, there's this endless list, or this endless fucking, you know, shit show of content that is supposed dark throughout the platform. Meaning, when I say this, I mean I don't just mean like ghosts or whatever the fuck, because you know, only idiots and fucking naive people believe that shit. But I'm talking about true crime, and just like literally true crime and all that kind of shit. Channels like, I don't want to say any channels names because I feel like I always put certain channels in whatever. But there's tons of channels in the spotlight when it comes to true crime, and true crime is what the name literally says. It's true crime. It's crime that's happened. It's real. It's not fantasy. It's not fiction. It has happened. It's a real fucking thing. And there's so much of this all over YouTube that, you know, to consider the fact that like they not allow for certain things would be ridiculous, because it's still crimes and it's still true. So, you know, it's not that it's not necessarily that he covers these subjects or whatever. I think it's more of the method he uses, and in particular the method he used for his last video, which I talked about in the latest podcast episode. But to an extent, I mean, I think what he's doing is fantastic. I just think that what he's done is not on the right platform, because this platform doesn't allow for that shit. Does that make sense?
Actually, a channel I've talked about before in the past. He's had his asshole stretched by YouTube full goatsy. He's had multiple videos taken down and striked for the most trivial of reasons. And it's mainly because the subject matter, because a lot of his content is investigations and exposing or talking about bad actors online, like a pedophile ring in a game or something like that. And in this video, he talks about...
Also, I have to say, like, for all those dumbass motherfuckers who continuously say, like, oh, Mama Max is only contacting all these fucking YouTubers and streamers and personalities because he just wants the views, bro. Like, you gotta understand, this guy literally covers something that is almost like, it's really hard to fucking monetize, meaning that most of the time, if not 100% of the time, for most of his videos, he's fucking demonetized. So what views are going to, like, I mean, all kinds of views are good or whatever, because there's going to be people in there they're going to pick up on the channel. They're going to be like, they feel sympathetic and shit, and they're going to be like, okay, good, you're doing something good for the world, so here's my Patreon, or here's my donation to the Patreon or whatever. And yeah, that's cool, that's good, it's whatever. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of kids that don't fucking understand that the fact it's like he's just contacting these people to try and put a stop to it. I don't think this is just personal gain. I don't think this is just purely a personal matter. I think that for the most part, he's just trying to get out there. And he's just trying to not be fucking like shoved into a ditch the moment he puts something out. Because while other people, well, there's people that cover certain dark subjects, dark topics, they usually are demonetized, or they're usually, you know, sort of like not fully demonetized, just like demonetized in certain countries or whatever. They're blocked in certain countries or whatever the fuck. He literally gets these videos fucking removed the moment he starts to pick up, and that's the bad part. So I understand the whole fucking thing. So let's continue to watch the Charlie's video.
About that and how he feels like it's a serious problem. He brings in other content creators who have also experienced similar unfair enforcement of the rules against their content just because what they were talking about was darker. For example, bringing up Dan Schneider, the Nickelodeon guy who loved children's feet. He like ran that Twitter campaign of, hey kids, show me pictures of your feet. Haha. So when a content creator has brought up Dan Schneider in the past, they have experienced some problems where there'll be like a strike on the channel, or the video gets blocked or taken down or something, and it just feels really fucking weird, where it's like, Jesus, does Dan Schneider have foot fetish assassins at YouTube HQ just flipping switches to take down content that calls it out? So the whole video that Mama Max posted basically focuses on this very real problem where when a creator investigates something dark or talks about something that's pretty grim, they're the ones most at risk, not the people they're really talking about. So absolutely. By just bringing these topics to light, there's been multiple times where they have been the ones to receive a strike or have their content blocked. So obviously for a lot of people, they feel like YouTube just prefers to bury this kind of information instead of trying to help the people that are affected by the bad actors that get investigated.
So like I said in my episode of the Grinders Verdict podcast, the thing is, YouTube is a business, and YouTube has maintained that sort of like that. I mean, it's a fucking image. It's an image. It's a brand. YouTube is a business at this point. It's no longer like a platform for people to just archive their videos. It's a business at this point, and as a business, there has to be guidelines. There has to be rules, and one of the things that Mama Max did with his video, which I'm not 100% certain, but I'm like 85 to 90% certain that the reason why his video got taken down, it's because he put a picture of the perpetrator that he covers in the video, in the end of the video, at the end of the video or whatever. And let me just take a gander here. But anywho, it really doesn't, like, it doesn't matter the fact that, like, it doesn't matter if you're the major, like the biggest platform. It doesn't matter. Like, it's kind of like one of those things where you have like there's been multiple examples of this in history of the history of mankind, where you've got like a lawyer who's very well recognized. He's very, like, you know, people look up to them and shit like that, and they fuck up. They do something stupid. They some of them literally commit murder and shit like that, and the entire fucking thing goes down the hatch. Why do you think that is? Well, that is because it's not that the company wants to ditch them immediately. Well, the company only cares about making fucking money. It's more that if they don't ditch this person, they're not going to make any money, because everyone is going to go with their pitchfork against this person in specific, in particular. So they can't really you know, it's the same thing with YouTube. Like, they can't just maintain a person, no matter how like famous or whatever they are. If they really fuck up this royally, they have to ditch them anyways. And when I say ditch them, I like, Mama Max is not a creep. He's just doing investigative journalism to an extent. He's just doing entertainment to an extent. But when you put someone's picture at the end of your video, you're still sort of like inciting to an extent someone to go after that motherfucker. Now, if you were that person in particular, you would definitely try to take that video down. You would try to take that video down because you could be recognized anywhere, really. I mean, it's a video that's on YouTube. It could be seen worldwide, so you're probably going to try to take that video down because you don't want to be seen as a creep by your parents. You don't want to be seen as a creep by your friends. You do not want to be seen as a creep by your employers. You don't want to be seen as a creep by anyone. And YouTube's guidelines state that if you try to dox or whatever the fuck, the things are very vague and shit, but like, if you try to dox somebody or whatever, your content is essentially good to go. Good to go as in good to go, not on online. But that's essentially what he did. And I believe like YouTube just tried to sort of ditch the backlash. I might be wrong, don't get me like, don't think I'm like trying to be like the highest moral standpoint here, but I might be very well wrong. But at the same time, it's like, put yourself on YouTube's shoes. If they defend this fucker, they're defending a creep. They're defending essentially a pedophile. And if they don't defend them, they're also like sort of getting themselves possibly in a lawsuit and shit. You know what I mean? So, I mean, what would you do? It's a really fucked up fucking situation. You know what I mean? Like, I think Mama Max should have gone with the video without putting that creep's fucking face in the video, without putting the picture in the video. I think that would have worked out pretty well. But it is what it is. It is reality. And, you know, I still think that there's places where you could put that shit. It would have been way more effective than fucking shoving it on YouTube. But let's continue to watch this.
YouTube instead just punishes the people for investigating it. And it feels very unfair. YouTube prefers to throw all this kind of content into a cum dumpster, light it on fire, and forget about it. Clearly a pretty dogshit solution, because if the content's getting taken down, less people know about it, which means more victims. So, a very serious problem. Now, this is where I get involved directly in this whole thing, because at the end of Mama Max's video, he wanted to make a shitstorm. He said he wanted to squeeze YouTube by their balls. He wanted to grab that goddamn nutsack and clap it together like he was fucking Hulk smashing it. So in order to put pressure on YouTube, his solution was to get a viral Twitter trend going. And the Twitter hashtag he chose was Pick a Side YouTube, and the two sides that YouTube has to pick from are either children or pedophiles. Whose side are you on? Good versus evil?
So with that tag, I feel like it's a little bit wild. You know, a little bit too far, but still, I mean, you know, it's Mama Max. He likes to shock people.
Ultimatum here. And you thought you had it rough when you had to decide between cereal or coffee for breakfast. Imagine YouTube's situation here. Do you choose the children or the pedophiles? And then he tags a lot of creators, hoping that they would talk about it and get traction there. At the end of his video, he also calls people out to talk about it. And I completely disagreed with this approach here. And I mentioned it briefly on stream. And I stream every single day, twitch.tv/moistcritical. Please feel free to stop in, put a few extra inches on your...
Or go to twitch.tv/eldritchspig, which is the best stream, by the way. Thank you very much.
Penis, I'd love to see you in there. I'll put the link in the description so it's nice and easy. I mentioned it on stream, and since then, I've been labeled a pedophile defender by some people on Twitter.
Yeah, so this is the bullshit that I fucking hate about Twitter. This is why I literally said The moment I was watching the video for the first time and I said, listen, why are you going after Twitter? Why are you going for Twitter? Now, I understand why he goes for Twitter, because Twitter is unfortunately one of the best ways to contact everyone that was on that list. However, a lot of people on Twitter are morons. They're literally retarded. And they're not retarded in the sense of like, there's no way to come back from retardation. They're retarded because they want to be retarded. The amount of people that I saw on Twitter complaining about this or going like, what the fuck is Charlie on this list? And by Charlie, I mean this person we're looking at on the screen right now. A lot of people are like, wow, why is Charlie on this, bro? What the fuck, man? They're not willing. Like, a lot of people on Twitter, they're not willing to do research, because apparently I mean, when I was 12, 13 years old and the internet was coming up and becoming better and becoming better and becoming better, one of the reasons we used the internet for was to do research. Yes, back in the day, Google, even using Google. I don't know what the fuck is going on nowadays with all this bullshit, but like, why are kids so fucking stupid? Why can't kids just go on Google and type something out and try to learn and try to do some research about things? Like, I don't understand. It's not that hard. You literally just go on Google or DuckDuckGo or whatever fucking search engine you use. I don't give a goddamn fuck. Type out the things that are happening. Okay? Or try to inquire people on Twitter, but inquire people in a decent manner. Don't just go in there and like, why the fuck is Charlie on this, bro? He's done nothing wrong. What if he had, like, I'm not saying he's done anything wrong, but imagine in this hypothetical scenario, Charlie actually does something wrong. And you just go on there and you type on Twitter, oh, Charlie has done nothing wrong, man. Like, what the fuck? He's the best dude ever. But he actually has done something wrong. And how fucking stupid are you gonna like appear just because you're blinded by your fucking fandom or whatever about this person? It's ridiculous. Okay, like, don't do that shit, man. Research. If something doesn't really appear to be like super cool to you or whatever, do some research. Look it up. Because most things that come onto YouTube are going to pop on fucking Google almost immediately. Because it's the same fucking company and they've probably got like some very fast, you know, synchronization going on there. So I just wanted to say there that.
Twitter or a YouTube shill by others, which I couldn't fucking believe. I never thought there'd be a day where anyone in the goddamn world would think I stood up for pedophiles when I have an entire podcast of 270 something episodes, almost all of them dedicated to shitting on pedophiles. But anyway, I guess because I disagreed with this silly hashtag, all of a sudden I got out Captain America's shield and I'm putting the pedophiles behind me. Get behind me, boys. I got us covered. I'll take the hits here.
It's so sad.
Let me explain. I think the pick a side, children or pedophiles, is extremely goofy and distorts the actual message of his video. The message of his video is very much YouTube censors dark content. They unfairly treat people who investigate serious things. And as a direct result of this censorship, it leads to more kids being harmed, more victims, and these disgusting, evil, fucking stinky, yucky groups existing in the shadows because the content.
I totally agree with that, by the way. Like, I'm down with the essential message of it, but the approach to it was a little bit too harsh.
That has called them out and brought it to light has been taken down. So it does create more problems for more people, more victims. That's the point of his video. YouTube taking down this informative content and using every excuse imaginable to do it. hey, we had to strike this entire video down because at 3 minutes and 7 seconds into the video, there's an animated character's butt cheek playfully poking out from their swimsuit. So the whole thing's coming down. You fucked up. Sorry, big guy. You know, it's like, what do you mean? This is a very trivial problem. It's a goddamn animated character. You could have just, like, told me to blur it and it would have been fine. The point is, by taking the videos down that are informing people of dangerous groups.
Wait. Are you saying that anime kids porn is okay? I hope I'm misinterpreting this shit. Because cartoons of kids getting fucked is no better than actual kids getting fucked. Okay? If someone is drawing kids getting fucked, they're just as worse as a fucking pedo actually trying to do the things. I don't give a shit if you're gonna tell me like, oh no, they're not as bad, you know, because like they're just drawing, dude. They're just drawing, bro. They're just no. You're not just drawing. You're actually imagining, you're picturing this kind of shit. Who the fuck is gonna tell me that you're actually going to sort of maintain your reasoning towards this shit, and you're not gonna fucking fall into this kind of crap? So I don't know if I necessarily agree with this, but whatever, man.
It in turn creates more victims of those groups because they don't know about it anymore. And that's the problem that Mama Max's video was highlighting, and YouTube brushing it all under the rug. Because they want their reputation to be more squeaky clean. They don't want these kind of...
And there it is, exactly what I said on my stream, or on my podcast rather. They basically did the same the thing they did, in my opinion, because they just want to not get the backlash from protecting somebody while at the same time protecting somebody.
Like bad actors brought to light on their platform because they think it might be a bad look for the platform, so they unfairly treat those creators. It's a real serious problem, and it's one I've actually talked about quite a bit in the past. In Mama Max's video, he brings up the interview I had with the YouTube CEO Susan. He mentions that it hasn't aged well, and admittedly he's right. A lot of the things I talked to with Susan and the policy team, they haven't come to fruition. They still haven't been implemented. They said they were aiming for 2021 to be a great year with all of these new features that would help creators, and a lot of them aren't there, almost none of them. But they have added a couple things, like now you have timestamps when you get a strike for, you know, what was the violation. So at the very least they're adding a little bit. But yeah, it hasn't aged well. But what I did and what I mentioned to them back then is this problem. I even mentioned Mama Max by name and explained his situation to the YouTube policy team when I was on that phone call with Susan and the policy team. I highlighted this issue because it's an issue that I'm pretty passionate about, and it's a very serious one that needs to be addressed. This also comes into play with Mama Max's video, if you remember that controversy that happened where Mama Max had this huge video that got...
Wow. Dude, listen, I actually love that he put this on the video, because I was about to say, like, did you though? But like, I love that, like, he was almost like reading my fucking mind. Like, wait, did you know?
Mama Max's video pretty passionate about, and it's a very serious one that needs to be addressed. This also comes into play with Mama Max's video, if you remember that controversy that happened where Mama Max had this huge video that got taken down, and it was taken down, if I remember correctly, because he showed a phone number for like 3 seconds on screen.
Yeah.
Well, instead of...
So there we go. So this is the problem with this particular channel, this particular creator. I understand to an extent. Like, I don't think Mama Max is stupid. I think, like, I think I understand to an extent what he's trying to do. And I mean, in the perfect fucking world, that's how it would be. You show someone's number, you show someone's face, and someone does the justice for them. But unfortunately, we live in a world where justice is all kinds of twisted, all kinds of fucked up, and it unfortunately doesn't work like that. So the fact he showed someone's number on a previous video, the fact he showed someone's picture, someone's actual literal face on a video this time, this is why it's being brought down, which I mean, bro, listen. To me, I understand fully. You know, like if personally, if I was part of that whole investigation, I probably would do the same, if not even worse. I probably would go after the motherfucker myself. But I understand YouTube's side, trying to sort of stay away from the whole backlash of it's either you support the fucking creeps, or you're giving the people that are not creeps, or they're trying to be vigilantes, or trying to be like ridiculous vigilantes, like sort of an easy path to end these people that are supposedly allegedly creeps, you know. And I'm saying allegedly because a lot of those people that people think are creeps, they're not necessarily creeps. There's a lot of trolls, there's a lot of weirdos, there's a lot of dipshits, unfortunately, on the internet nowadays that like they fool around, they kid around that with that shit. So it's really fucking sad, but it is what it is, you know.
Taking that whole video down, why not just let Mama Max know, take this out and the video stays up? I'm sure he would have obliged using YouTube's editing tools.
Exactly.
So I wanted to make sure that they heard that suggestion, and I thought Mama Max did a great job in his video until the end, where he turned it into a you're either with us or with the pedophiles type thing. Even though the message of his video isn't YouTube is protecting pedophiles, he's not saying YouTube is a sanctuary for pedophiles in his video, but his hashtag implies that. And I think it's counterproductive and doesn't really accomplish anything at all. It's a message, his video, I think almost everyone would agree with the message. But the hashtag, I feel like most people would find that silly and just write it off right away. Because it doesn't actually highlight the problem. It's just like this out of nowhere, hey YouTube, do you like kids or do you like pedophiles? The people that fuck those kids, huh? Do you like them? Or do you like the kids? You know, it doesn't do anything. Like there's no even like outrage that it generates. It's just like, what the fuck is this? Because if you watch the video, you have the entire situation laid out with the unfair treatment and censorship of content creators that are covering serious topics. And then you get to the end and it goes like full fucking V for Vendetta. Tonight there will be a shitstorm. I'm going to make YouTube choose the ultimate sacrifice. Where will they stand? With the kids or with those pedophiles, eh? I like Mama Max, and I really like the majority of the video until it gets to the end, because that completely changes the perception of the issue. I imagine most people who don't know the situation and don't know Mama Max will see this and just be like, what the fuck is going on here? Yep. And assume it's like another one of those wake up YouTube situations, if you guys remember that from like a year or two ago. I forgot the dude's name. I think his name was like Matt something. Matt Wabblemaster, Matt Wumbo, whatever. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, no,
but he started that whole wake up YouTube where he exposed that YouTube was enabling pedophiles and even recommending pedophile content to other pedophiles or whatever the fuck was going on then. And it started that whole adpocalypse. Most people remember that situation. And then they'll see this kind of trend going on, they'll just assume it's kind of the same thing and write it off immediately. Because when you see this Twitter hashtag and you see all the people talking about it, it paints YouTube as this sanctuary for pedophiles, like Jeffrey Epstein's island. It makes it seem like YouTube's protected pedophiles for long enough, now it's time they choose the kids for once. When that's not the argument he's making. His argument is because YouTube keeps censoring the content where we're calling these kind of people out, it puts the kids in jeopardy. So the issue is more the YouTube censorship, taking down content that focuses on dark things. And that is the problem. Not that YouTube is choosing to cater to pedophiles or anything like that. So the message gets totally distorted and it just creates a hostile environment where people fight each other. Even though...
So I have to say, like, I really like the approach from Charlie. Because he tries to approach it from both ends. He tries to approach it from the person that, to an extent, gets fucked up by this because, like, they were either a victim, they have kids, or whatever the fuck. And he also try to approach it from the YouTube side, which is like, you know, we're a company, we're a brand. We've got a lot of people relying on us for fucking sponsorships and advertisers and all that shit. And he tries to approach it from both ends. And I agree. I totally agree. So this is a rough fucking thing, but ultimately, I think, in my opinion, ultimately, YouTube shouldn't have removed the video for the reason they removed the video. They should have been clear, transparent with the fact that, like, listen, you posted a picture of somebody on your video. We can't fucking deal with that shit. Even though I might be wrong as fuck here, but I'm just trying to be like very realistic here. And I think the reason why they removed the video is because a picture was shoved in there. Not because of fucking buttocks, not because of fucking nudity. Like, bro, it's a fucking 3D model. It's a fucking character. No one, like, literally no one fucking cares about that shit. Conan Exiles has tons of videos on YouTube with good amounts of views, and they're still doing it, and there's full on fucking nudity. All right, so like, it's just, it makes no sense to me, man.
Everyone's on the same side. It just causes all of this infighting, because when people point this out that, like, hey, this isn't the most effective Twitter trend to get the message across, they're immediately labeled pro-pedophilia. I've seen it non-stop from anyone that dares question the efficiency of this Twitter hashtag. They immediately get dogpiled by others, accusing them of defending pedophiles or picking YouTube's side, like, oh, so you've chosen where your allegiances lie now, and it's with those pedophiles, huh? Like, it's kind of disgusting, actually, to try and make like a war out of it when everyone in that battle is kind of on the same side. Everyone agrees with the message of the Mama Max video, but disagrees that it needs to be painted as a kids versus pedophiles issue, because that doesn't actually encapsulate the problem. So that's all I was saying, is that I think that was the worst possible approach to getting the issue highlighted for people that aren't already in the know about the situation. Because again, that pick a side, children or pedophiles thing, I just didn't think that was the right play. If you wanted something that would actually like highlight what was going on, it should have been more focused on the core problem of YouTube censorship, especially when it could directly harm kids if you wanted to focus on that angle. YouTube censorship can harm kids by allowing these kind of fucking bad assholes out there, these dangerous people, to keep hurting them or doing awful shit. That's what I was saying. The hashtag does nothing to aid in solving the problem or even highlighting to the problem to people that don't already know about it. All it did was split people who were already on the same side and had them fighting amongst themselves for no reason and getting labeled terrible shit just because they thought the hashtag was ineffective at getting the problem out there. So I just don't think it accomplished anything. I really do think it was counterproductive. There would have been a better hashtag to use if that was the direction he thought was best, which was Twitter traction. And I agree that's usually a very good course of action since Team YouTube is very active on Twitter. But there should have been a better hashtag that actually highlighted the problem that YouTube could have potentially addressed and brought forward. Like, look, we can see there's an issue going on here, but they're not going to do that with pick a side, children or pedophiles, because they don't know what the issue is if they're just looking at that hashtag. They don't know what's going on. It doesn't do anything besides just confuse people and make people angry at each other, thinking that one side's defending pedophiles and the other's whatever. Again, that's the point I was making. That's about it. So yeah.
So yeah, true. I agree. I full on agree with this guy. And there's just so much shit to this that it's fucking crazy. But ultimately, yeah, I think that the tag is a little bit ridiculous. Honestly, I have to be honest here. I didn't think the tag was that ridiculous until Charlie sort of mentioned a couple of points here. But yeah, the tag is a little bit too much. It's a little bit too heavy. But ultimately, there are certain things that shouldn't have been the point to it. And it's just, you know, it's just kind of fucked up. You know what I mean? Like you just gotta sort of try to mellow it out a little bit and try to go for a decent fucking approach, because there's a lot of people out there, and mostly like when I say children, I'm talking about like 20 years old and younger. They just don't fucking understand that shit. You know, they just don't fucking understand that shit. You know what I mean? But now I need to go take a piss, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So there's been this channel I've been watching. What was it? What was its name? Here we go. Okay, so let's watch a couple of these videos. Like, this person's on YouTube. Go subscribe to them. Odin's Man, and yeah, like they cover a lot of shit that I agree with it. With it, and sometimes I don't agree with it. But I just wanted to, like, sort of on this live, I just want to cover some things and shit, because I don't know. Yeah, let's do it.
Do you know what it's like to give CPR to your girlfriend's grandmother?
Microbes are actually the devil in disguise, tiny little devils.
Hello, everybody. How you doing?
Wow.
Gorgeous, gorgeous girls are not girls at all. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls are on testosterone.
I've heard a lot of things, but gorgeous, gorgeous girls are on testosterone. That's a new one. Welcome to the freak show that is TikTok.
I'm super low energy, but I have time for this subject.
Plastic surgery went great.
Time.
All right, when you're holding a fucking like bear like that, it's already a red flag. I mean, I mean, yeah, it is a fucking red flag, dude. Like, nothing against the people that like need stuffed animals or stuffed whatever the fuck, but like, that's a fucking red flag, bro.
For this subject.
Plastic surgery went great. And these lips?
Yeah. Why would you do that to yourself? Like, literally, why would you do this to yourself? What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Literally, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why would you do this to yourself?
Plastic surgery went great. And these
Like,
lips?
look at this.
Luscious.
What in the hell does he do with those lips?
Yeah, what in the
He
fuck,
looks
man?
ridiculous.
Cause I'm ready to date now.
You ready to date now? Who or what? Are you ready to date an alien? Because I don't see a normal person trying to, like, wanting to date you. Like, people have this perception that if you fucking do, like, surgeries or whatever the fuck, or plastic surgery or whatever, that you're like this godlike being. Let me break it to you, motherfuckers. You're not. You're not a godlike being. You're just as the same thing as everybody else. You're just been modified to look like a fucking robot or whatever, man. Like, you're not like, it's not good. It's not good. Okay.
I'm about to enter a Lowe's in Fort Worth, Texas, wearing not only a mask but a Hillary for President tank top. So like, Hillary for President tank top.
What?
I'm about to enter a Lowe's in Fort Worth, Texas, wearing not only a mask but
So he has like a Hillary for President tank top. What is that supposed to mean?
a Hillary for President tank top. So like,
What is that supposed to mean? Like, okay, maybe you look young as, this guy looks young as fuck. Like, what is your point? Like, that doesn't mean shit. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not American. I'm Portuguese, so I don't fucking know. Like, to me, it just seems like if you have a fucking Hillary for president, whatever the fuck, merchandise piece, you're for one side. If you have the like the fucking Biden or whatever fuck, or Trump, or I don't fucking know, whatever, man. It's the other side. Like, I don't give a shit, man. I don't give a shit. Like, it doesn't determine what kind of a person you are. It kind of says a little bit about you, but it doesn't determine what person you are. You could be a fantastic human being. You could be an awesome individual, a very good person that just, I mean, you're into Hillary as a president, man. I don't give, it's like, who gives a shit, man?
I don't know who needs to hear this, but I'm single, bilingual, ready to mingle from Monday to Domingo.
Yes, I did name my Coco.
No one cares. I mean, it's not like no one cares. Obviously, there's gonna be like weaklings that gonna care about it, but yeah, my point still stands.
Classy like Coco Chanel. Number 2, she's sweet and meaty like a cocoa nut. Number 3, she's soft and silky like cocoa butter. And number 4, she really enjoys sign language and got that gorilla grip like.
Not sure exactly what she's talking about.
Well, I
with the
guess
gorilla grip part. If you know, clue me in, because I'm missing it. I was following her. I'm going along for a boomer, but then the gorilla grip. I kind of get it, but help me out.
Coco the gorilla.
Everybody knows that green hair is like the.
I get it. Her.
I mean,
Butter.
it obviously feels like she's talking about getting fingered and shit.
Number 4, she
Like 2 fingers. I think it's 2 fingers. You know, up the cooch.
Language and got that gorilla grip like.
Not sure exactly what she's talking about.
So she's basically one of those chicks that she hasn't gotten enough testosterone from partners or whatever the fuck, so she's just desperately looking for it. I don't know, man. It's all too weird for me.
About with the gorilla grip part. If you know, clue me in, because I'm missing it. I was following her. I'm going along for a boomer, but then the gorilla grip. I kind of get it, but help me out.
Coco the gorilla.
Everybody knows that green hair is like the final stage of any mental breakdown.
Is it though?
Let me know if you want any story times. I have hella.
Question for you guys. Is it green or blue hair that's the final stage? Which color signifies you really just lost your mind?
I have no fucking idea, dude.
The first time when I said it, so I'll be clear again this time. Okay. My gender is
Alright, so his gender's like fucking Jay the Silent, Jay and Silent Bob's fucking mental breakdown, I guess. He looks like fucking Jay, man. I don't know what to say.
And my pronouns are.
All I want for Christmas.
Then again, I think this guy was just like fooling around. I think this guy was just like
I
playing.
don't know if I was clear the first time when I said it, so I'll be clear again this time.
But then again, going back to this, like this little bit of it, I feel like maybe this guy was actually being real.
Okay. My gender is. And my pronouns are.
All I want for Christmas is you to be accountable for all your bigotry. Santa, won't you bring me what I really need? Won't you please end the white, cisgender, heterosexual, able-bodied, neurotypical, fatphobic, conventionally attractive patriarchy?
Yep.
I don't think you could ever find all the perfect attributes this individual is looking for in one human being.
What was it again?
Santa, won't
All I want for Christmas is you to be accountable for
all your bigotry.
for all your bigotry, Santa.
Won't you bring me what I really need?
Won't you bring me what I really need?
Please end the white, cisgender, heterosexual, able-bodied, neurotypical.
Hold on. Wait. It's a lot to take in, bro. Won't you please end the white, cisgender, heterosexual,
Able-bodied, neurotypical, fatphobic, conventionally attractive, patriot.
bodied, neurotypical. Is that even a fucking word? Is that even a word? I need to look this up. Neurotypical. I guess it is. Neurotypical is a term that's used okay, whatever, to describe individuals with typical neurological development or functioning. It is not specific to any particular group, including autism spectrum disorder. Okay, like something for idiots. Is there a definition for idiots, please? And then the word neurotypical is quite new. This I love it. This has been posted on the on August 19th, 2021. The word neurotypical is quite new, but it is becoming increasingly popular in schools, at autism conferences and events, and in therapists' offices. It has no absolute medical or psychological meaning. It doesn't describe a particular personality trait or set of abilities. The definition can be stated from both a negative and a positive perspective. Neurotypical people are those individuals who do not have a diagnosis of autism. Okay, very, you know, like very relatable to fucking, you know, TikTok, or any other intellectual or development difference. A neurotypical person is an individual who thinks, perceives, and behaves in ways that are considered to be normal by the general population. Okay, so these motherfuckers are calling neurotypical somebody who behaves as a normal person. They're just trying to look fancy and shit. Cool, bro. Cool. That's it's really neat, I guess.
I don't think you could ever.
Let me just go back to that, like. So neurotypical, basically meaning no one gives a fuck. You just made that up in 2021 because you got nothing better to do. bodied, neurotypical. Which, I mean, what is bodied? Like someone who's fat or some shit? Like, what does that mean? Neurotypical, we've already covered that. It means nothing. Fat phobic, I'm a fat person myself. And honestly, I wouldn't fuck a fat chick. Like, sorry. Conventionally attractive. So, most people, okay, cool. Patriarchy. Wow. So, okay, I guess whatever. Once she's gotten he, they, them, it. I'm gonna call it it. It's just gonna all these people. I'm gonna call them it because I don't know what the fuck they are, and a lot of them are considering them like themselves objects or considering themselves whatever the fuck. Like, I'm just gonna call you it. Okay, so it is like it's going to be. To me, it's like it is going to be the main fucking focus of my consideration for you. To me, you're it. You're not a he, you're not a she, because you don't want to be considered a he or a she. So therefore, you're an it. Okay, so yeah, let's move on.
You'd ever find all the perfect attributes this individual is looking for in one human being. They have to be all sorts of non-phobes all at once, which change regularly. So really, you just need to be a robot.
Doesn't know between the ages
kind
of
of
16 to
I mean
18,
not necessarily.
Hi, I just
Probably if they were a robot, they probably would complain about the fucking robot as well.
want to say that I don't use they them pronouns. You use
Good.
they them pronouns for me.
I don't.
Really?
Thanks for thinking about me. I appreciate it. But no, I don't participate.
I also am not a they, and I'm not a them, and I'm not a they them. My pronouns are they them. If you need
What? Wait, huh? What? So, I also am not a they, them, and I'm not. Wait, I also am not a they, and I am not a them, and I'm not a they, them. Okay?
they, and I'm not a them, and I'm not a they them.
My pronouns are they, them. So, what the fuck are you, dude? You're fucking retarding stupid. Is that's what you are? You're fucking retarded. That's what you are. That's what you fucking are. You're fucking retarded, and you need some counseling. Okay? That's what the fuck you are.
Pronouns are they them. If you need a noun to use for me, just call me a
I'm freshly masturbated,
What?
caffeinated, and about to be vaccinated because I've been waiting 4 hours in line to get my booster.
How about no comment?
I'm no comment on that other bitch right there. Like, so she's not a they them, but people call them they them. But if you want to call them something, they them. But then again, they're not they them. So just call them bitch. How about I call you a fucking lost soul?
To baby Jesus, family, and
Oh, dude, this one's painful.
now Caitlin. I forgot one of your presents. For getting Caitlin's presents once I get.
So this one's just going to think about what they want, not the family Christmas dinner, not what's good for the group. Let's go out and make it about me. Me. That's how this is going to work. Watch this.
Oh, I already took a step. Hi guys, it's me. This is my coming out story. Aww. And to Caitlin.
This looks like a cotton candy flag. Like, whoever the fuck is making these flags, fire them, alright? Whoever the fuck is making these goddamn fucking flags, dude, fire their goddamn ass, because, like, this shit looks like a fucking cotton candy wrapped on fucking juice or whatever the fuck. What the fuck is this goddamn garbage, man? Who the fuck is gonna detect this as, like, whatever the fuck, man? Hey, the fuck? Get the fuck out of my face, you dipshits.
Oh, I'm so happy for you, Zim Mix, whatever you'd like to be called today. Good job.
Not Caitlin. Do you know what that means? Are we getting what's going on here?
No, because that's how she's is.
Exactly. In that house. Yeah. She is what she was raised to be. Why the fuck is it then in just goddamn fucking forsaken fucking generation, people are getting so offended by the fucking thing they were born with? I don't understand. Like, you were born a girl, why the fuck are you offended by that? And why the fuck do you have to change? Like, do you think that becoming a boy is going to make things easier for you? Well, newsflash, it's not going to make things easier for you. You're still going to get the same struggles, because not only are you a boy now, but also you're a trans boy, which is going to increase the fucking struggles for you even more. Why would you think that becoming someone else is going to be an easier, better experience than being yourself? I don't fucking understand. I don't think I'll ever understand it. Honestly, I don't want to fucking understand. Fuck these people. Fuck a lot of these people. Because they want they want to hog all the fucking attention towards themselves. They want all the spotlights on themselves. It's not all about, nothing's about everyone else, because they're cis, they're normal. Imagine being normal, imagine being cis, fucking disgusting pricks, you know what I mean? Like, god damn it, wait, you're a straight male? How dare you in this day and age? How the fuck dare you to be a straight male in this day and age? Fuck you, you know? It's all about these fucking idiots. You know, these fuckers didn't get a decent education, and now they're stuck in the fucking mind loophole or whatever.
Transgen.
They're like, oh my god, you didn't call me he, even though I said, like, I told you I'm a he, even though I got a pussy in the middle of my legs. I told you I'm a he. How dare you not call me a he?
You can't start eating, that's illegal. Palette.
For those of you who've seen a map, you almost need a legend for all the flags. In other words, what does this one mean, that one mean?
I mean, what the fuck is this dog shit, man? This is just like, okay, I get the pride flag or whatever. It's a rainbow, cool. That's okay, I guess. You know, I can understand the pride flag, okay? It's a rainbow. A rainbow usually signifies happiness, which happiness signifies usually gay people. I can understand that, you know, because honestly, gay used to mean, like, many years ago, it used to mean that people were happy. But all this dog shit over here, man, like, what the fuck is this dog shit garbage over here? This is all kinds of fucking like, this is a massive bubble of mental illness right here. Like, this one even has a fucking X in the middle of it. Like, what is this dog shit? It's literally a fucking purple rectangle, black triangle, which I'm pretty sure these are like normal shapes and shit on fucking web design programs or whatever. And it's got a fucking X in the middle. And all of them, like about 90% of these fucking flags, they're just like stripes with different colors. So it's like, what if I decided, okay, what if I decided to, you know, like, I'm gonna be a fucking gender next day, that I'm gonna come up with a flag, and I'm gonna come up with the fucking pronouns, and I'm gonna come up with whatever the fuck I want people to call me. Even though no one is going to know about this, even though no one's gonna give a shit about this, I'm still going to see, like, I'm gonna feel so entitled that I'm going to claim that everyone is either racist or genderphobe or homophobe or whatever the fuck phobe, that, you know, like, I need to be the victim, because if I'm not the victim, they're not, like, you know, oppressors. So I need to make it all about myself. So that's why you have all of these fucking flags over here. You know, that's the whole reason why this shit's over here. I'm sorry, dude. Like, I don't care if you're one of these people that identifies with all this bullshit. Hopefully, you're one of those that is sticking to the left-hand corner there. I understand the left-hand corner there, because the left-hand corner there has been struggling for many, many, many years. Okay, I don't understand why the transgenders need a flag. Okay, like, you don't fucking need a flag. You can just use the LG, like the pride flag. I don't understand why you need a fucking flag. Why do you need a flag? Why do you need a flag? Why are you so entitled that you need a fucking flag? You don't need a fucking flag. Just go along with your life, okay? If you this, if you that, like, do you think goth people have a flag? Do you think metalheads have a flag? Do you think like hip hop people have a flag? No one has a flag. Why? Because no one's as fucked up mentally as you are. So why would we need a flag in the first place? We just need people to understand our struggle that can relate to us. We don't need a goddamn fucking flag, bro. Fuck that shit, man. Goddamn dumbasses.
Like 50. So if somebody pulls one out at dinner, you're gonna go, whoa, hold on. And if you're trying to play along, not to be disrespectful, but you're gonna say, I'm not sure I know what that specific flag means. Help me.
And I had decided to take a short break from feminism altogether. I thought, I am not the person who should be participating in discourse about gender right now.
Thank you very much for taking a break from it. I'm sure the world's going to come to a crashing end.
Anti-masker cry? Send in my 6-year-old. We're grocery shopping. Masks have been mandated in this state for a while. All of a sudden, nobody's wearing a mask. I look over and see my daughter staring at someone, and I watch her do this.
Wow.
I start laughing hysterically as I watch this grown man back slowly out of the aisle away from us. And my daughter, calm as looks over at me and goes, he's not the first.
A question for you guys. Why do you think the man backs slowly away from the family unit, we'll call it? Let's be very scientific. So he's backing away from the family unit very slowly. I wonder why. Let me know.
And by tomorrow they should have the funds in there.
I kind of wonder why as well.
But as of right now,
I don't fucking know.
So you cancel my endorsement.
No, cancel our endorsement.
Okay.
It's saying that we cashed it. So anywhere you go.
Now listen very clearly to this one. This is an individual who works for the city of Chicago, going to cash their check right around Christmas, right? You think the city of Chicago, money flowing, I should be able to cash my check as an individual who works there. That would be an expectation. Just listen.
They're going to be like, no, you've already cashed it.
So you're saying the city of Chicago has no funds in its account?
At this time, in this account, no.
So I can't cash my paycheck?
Well, not here, because we have their account. We can actually see their account. If you go to another bank, they're not going to be able to see that. So if you go
all right.
to your bank, then
Anywho, I feel like it's been enough. Yeah, I mean, like, for the people that listen or might listen or have listened or whatever the fuck to this podcast, if any of you are part of those groups, please hear me out. I don't have anything against you guys. I just have something against the people that go a little bit overboard to make ourselves, or like the people that are normal, the people that are not going throughout like the whole bullshit of creating pronouns or creating flags or creating whatever the fuck. Just please understand that, like, I'm not one of those people. It doesn't mean like I'm against you. It doesn't mean that I'm like hating you or whatever the fuck, or I'm a hater. Like, I'm not a hater. I'm not against you. I'm against the actions you're taking towards people, and a lot of people that are, you know, trying to continue with their lives and continue a normal life. you're just ruining it all for them, even your parents and everybody else, you know what I mean? So like, that's what I'm against. I'm not against you per se. I'm against your ideologies. I'm against what you think is right. So anybody that listens to this podcast or watches this YouTube channel or whatever the fuck, please don't think that I'm totally against you. I'm just against what you believe in, which is not entirely against you. It's just against what you believe in, because I don't believe in what you believe in. Anywho, I just wanted to come on this live stream to sort of talk to you guys a little bit. I kind of hoped for a little bit more chat interaction, not gonna lie, but you know what I mean? I haven't been active for quite some time, and like a lot of people that are subscribing to the YouTube channel, I'm pretty sure they had no idea that I was live. But hey, if you've listened to this point, join my Discord at you know what, I'm gonna put it on the description. It's a different Discord than it used to be for the Grinders Verdict, and join the Discord, and you can follow me on Twitter, which is Grinders Verdict, same thing as it is for the podcast. And I hope you guys enjoyed this, like this little bit of a take from myself onto this whole subject and whatever, because like a lot of these people are getting a little bit too far with this shit, which, you know, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, thank you very much for listening, watching, whatever, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm hoping that next year on January, I'm going to come back with a Grinders Verdict in strength. So if you like the Grinders Verdict in any way, shape, or form, please follow it on Anchor, follow it on Spotify, follow it wherever your platform is. This is available on Amazon Music, available on Apple Podcasts, available on Anchor, and available on Spotify. It's available everywhere. So please do that. I appreciate it very much, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Please have a fantastic 2022 to the best of your ability, and I'll see you guys